A couple of months ago, I did this drawing exercise that completely changed how I see my art. And honestly, I was really shocked by it because at this point, I thought that I'd figured this stuff out. But it turns out that even at this point, even after what, 12, 14 years of drawing quite seriously, I am still blind to many things in my mind. So this is a drawing exercise that you can't just copy one for one. You will have to adjust it for it to make sense to you. But I do think this the framework here is very useful for everyone. I'll explain how you can change it and adjust it to make it the most beneficial for your art practice. So a couple of months ago, I realized that I put a lot of pressure on myself to add characters to all of my drawings. Every single drawing needed to include a character for it to be considered good in my mind. Now I was putting this pressure on myself, but a lot of the art I was looking at was quite abstract. I would look at a lot of patterns, a lot of plant material that wasn't really humanistic characters. Like, there's so much art that I love that didn't really fit this mold that I was trying to fit my own art into. So I decided to take the time to try to make a piece that had no characters in it. And the shocking thing about this exercise was that it was emotionally maybe one of the most difficult drawings I've ever done. Full stop, period. One of the hardest drawings. Which is so funny to me because it was also technically one of the easiest drawings I've ever done. So like in terms of technical skills, I didn't feel like I needed to even think about anything. But emotionally, there was such a strong resistance to doing a piece that didn't have any characters in it. It made me confront this expectation that I had that I didn't even know was there. It was so in the base layer of my beliefs about my art that I didn't even see it for so many years. I could have maybe mentioned it here and there, but I didn't realize that this expectation was defining all of the work that I was doing in a way that was pretty much counterproductive because I actually like a lot of abstract art. I love a lot of patterns. So as I was doing this piece, even though there was a part of me that was flowing so naturally, there was also another part of me that was saying that no, this is not what makes for good art. This is not what we want out of our art. As I was pushing through this drawing, I was also telling myself that like, hey, I don't have to show anyone this piece. It's just an experiment. No one's gonna like it. Even if no one loves it, it's fine. It's a drawing exercise. But the opposite happened. As soon as I shared this new piece with my friends, and I'll put it up here on the screen, they loved it. So many of them loved it to the point where I made prints of this piece for friends, which was shocking to me, considering that I've made so many pieces with characters in them, yet this is the piece that resonated with a lot of the people in my life who care about my work. Doing this one drawing exercise, doing this one single piece, completely changed all the art that came after it. It made me realize that I had so much more freedom in my work and that I didn't need to limit myself based on these false expectations. Now, the way for you to do this exercise for yourself is to confront your expectations about your art. You're going to have to write out exactly what it is that you expect out of your art. And you might want to look at what are these beliefs and are these beliefs true to you? Now, obviously, you're allowed to have preferences in your art. You're allowed to prefer to draw characters. But have you tried not doing that? Have you tried doing something different and just seeing what happens? Because you might be surprised by how natural some other drawings come out. So the thing about this abstract piece that blew my mind is how easy it was and how natural it was for me. Now I can do these abstract pieces and they feel so natural. They feel so easy, which means that there is a natural aptitude for that in my mind, and it is something that I should lean into because it's something that I actually enjoy. I just need to overcome that initial barrier, which was just built by these expectations that were unwise, they were unskillful. You want to confront your expectations and really question them and be honest about it. Are you holding these expectations because you have a limited view of what your art should look like? Or do you have these expectations because you've practiced other things and you tried other things and you made a wise decision that, hey, actually, this speaks to my soul, therefore I'm going to go in that direction. My expectation that all my drawings need to have characters in it was unwise, was unskillful. It was not an honest view of what my art should look like. It was very much an illusion that I've created that wasn't serving me in any way. And all the art I made after it just flowed so much more naturally. It was so much easier to make art. It lifted so much weight off my shoulders. And it's completely transformed not only my art practice, but also my life in general, because I'm realizing that I'm holding all these different expectations in all aspects of my life. And I just need to confront them and change them a little bit so that I can just be myself and be natural instead of trying to force myself to be something that I'm not. If you are interested in being walked through this step by step, I do have an expectations section in my mindful drawing course where we actually do this together. We sit down, we write out exactly what our expectations are, and we will discuss how to do this hands-on. But obviously you do not need the course to do this on your own. But if you do want that guidance, that course will be linked below, and I would love to draw it with you sometime whenever you are ready for that. But if I haven't gained your trust just yet, just stick around, watch the free stuff, and I'll see you again in the next lesson. Bye.